basketball a game of giants. When he had to, he knew all the tricks.
Nobody can pass that ball through the heart of the line. 6. You want to put on a show here. Here we
Lakerland, y'all know how I'm coming this morning, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Good morning. Welcome back, boys and girls, to the Lakerland show. 7 Mitchell, I'm in the damn building. Shout out to Hank and BA. As always, shout out to Lakerland, man. Y'all already know how we rocking. We got quite a few topics to talk about this afternoon. If you guys are new to the Lakers Land platform, make sure that y'all smash that like button. Man, let's start off with this first topic of discussion, right? We're not even going to be that long, but is Bronny James a distraction to LeBron? LeBron James, he did an interview with Mike Golick, and he talked about his first practice with Bronny James. He said, this week we got back into the gym, and it was really the first time that me and Bronny were on the floor as a professional trainer, going against each other, preparing for the season. And there were a couple moments where I just kind of lost focus. You know, I'm not used to losing focus when I'm out there on the floor. It's going to be an unbelievable year for myself, and I hope for him as well. So LeBron was being pretty transparent, talking about how he just kind of got lost in the moment, practicing with his son more or less on a professional level now that we're here in preparation for the regular season next month. And I'm just wondering, is this going to be an issue throughout the season? Not so much an issue where as though LeBron will go into a slump, a scoring slump, things of that nature. But I wonder, how aggressive will LeBron be this year? How much of a teacher will he be when it comes to his son? You know, family is first, always. And I'm just wondering, is he going to really cater to the development of his son? Is he going to hold back on some of his aggressiveness? Is he going to push it to the limit to his son? Because, you know, Bronny is going to get so much from outsiders. You know, I think LeBron James and his camp, they're going to do a good job of kind of keeping his ears kind of sort of what closed to, you know, a lot of stuff that's been going on in social media and things like that. But overall, I'm just thinking to myself, man, I appreciate that LeBron is saying that he kind of loses focus, being stuck in the moment. I just wonder how long that's going to last. I don't think that really is going to be a one and done situation. Just even if we see these guys on the court open at night, doesn't necessarily mean a whole bunch to me. You know, I mean, when Bronny starts struggling, I'm pretty sure LeBron is going to go through certain emotions. If Bronny hits a game winner or goes off or gets his career high, I'm pretty sure that's going to bring a different emotion to LeBron. God forbid the Lakers win something significant. You know, I think that would also bring a different emotion to LeBron James. So I am definitely locked in with this connection of LeBron and his son in preparation for the regular season. He already made it clear that Bronny is not to be calling him dad. You know, it's either going to be Bron or 2-3, something like that. So we kind of talked about that. But again, I do appreciate LeBron keeping it real, keeping it transparent, you know, talking about how he kind of got lost in the moment playing with his son. You know, this is history. You know, this is something that we don't see, but this may not be a big deal, but it really could be coming down the pipeline if, you know, the struggling or maybe the progression, the will, the desire to make Bronny into something that he's not, trying to expedite that process. I wonder if this could be a distraction for LeBron James. We got to understand that, you know, the tables have kind of turned since the draft. When Dalton Connect and Bronny James got drafted, a lot of us projected that, yeah, Dalton would get some minutes. Most of us felt like Bronny James would probably go down to the developmental league, the G League, for the year if he made the team. He made the guaranteed roster. And because of the lack of availability that the Lakers have from other players, we definitely may have these young guys playing sooner than later. The expectation for the young players, the Max Christie's of the world, uh, the Dalton connection, like I said, maybe even Bronny James to a fault. The Lakers may need these kids sooner than later, just off of Vando being hurt, just off of Christian Wood being hurt. The fact that Rui Hachimura over the summer in the Olympics, he was injured. LeBron James is 40 years old. He played over the summer in Paris. We got Anthony Davis. He played as well in Paris. And, these guys are not getting any younger. So I think that the young guys are going to be very instrumental in the Lakers just being above water in this first part of the season. I'm hoping that, this relationship father to son does not be a distraction to LeBron. It's definitely going to be added responsibility on the court and off the basketball court. I think Bronny can definitely handle it. I think he can. And I think, being real and being honest, saying that he kind of lost himself in a moment, I can kind of respect him on that note, saying that. I think that was pretty interesting and dope. So shout out to LeBron, shout out to Bronny. We got about maybe 13 days left, 12 days before Lakers basketball. So just a couple weeks, Lakers land, and we will be ready to go. Shaquille O'Neal picked Phil Jackson's style over Pat Riley. I saw an interview, and Shaquille O'Neal was pretty much comparing the styles of Phil Jackson and the style of Pat Riley, and which one would be more successful, I guess, long term. And Shaq won 3 championships with Phil. He did go to Miami and win a championship with Pat Riley and the Miami Heat. But Shaq believes that Phil Jackson coaching style leads to more long-term success than Pat Riley's approach. Shaq kind of alluded to the fact that Phil Jackson was a humorous type of guy. Even though he was outside the box, Phil Jackson brought humor to the locker room. Pat Riley was more on a serious note, Shaquille O'Neal said. And, it both can work. It both can be successful, but just day in, day out in the locker room, he felt like Phil Jackson, that humorous side, made it easier to be, a part of the team and then, just to relate to other players. The Pat Riley culture of just being serious all the time, it keeps you on your toes. But it's just like you don't really have an opportunity to breathe. So I'm listening to the comparisons that Shaq had with Phil Jackson style in comparison to, Pat Riley style. And they both worked. Two guys that were very great coaches, not just for the Lakers. We know what Phil Jackson did in Chicago. We know what Pat Riley did after leaving Los Angeles, going to New York. He did his thing in New York and then, went down to Miami. Still they're holding it down now. But, I can agree as a former player, not professionally, but just a former player in high school and college. Not so much that I would need to have a good or a fun relationship with the coach. That never really was my motive. But having the locker room, just being able to sometimes let your head down, even during bad times, finding a way to, pull the funny out of things that are kind of, sad or disappointing at a time, I think is definitely a plus. It has been for me. I would definitely prefer to be playing for a coach that had a more of a sense of humor. You have to win at the end of the day. That's why, like, you can't go wrong, being under Pat Riley's tutelage or Phil Jackson's tutelage. I believe both styles, of course, leads to championships. It leads to success. But, playing organized sports, it's not about just what happens on the basketball court. It's not what happens on the field. It's all about the locker room, the training facility, how you carry yourself outside of the arena, and just having, your leader having a sense of humor, not being all over your back so much. We know, again, Phil Jackson was very outside the box when it come to his style. But, Shaquille O'Neal basically said it was a humorous feel. It was a vibe. It was a vibe. Pat Riley was all about business. And, I thought that was an interesting comparison. We've always talked about here on Lakers land, the Phil Jackson effect. I don't want to take anything away from JJ Redick. It is a new day, but y'all know I've been campaigning for Phil Jackson to come back in LeBron last days anyway. I know LeBron and Phil Jackson don't get along, but when you look at um, the landscape of coaches before JJ Redick got signed, I just wasn't sold on these other candidates for the Lakers. So we'll give JJ a real, opportunity. I'm hoping that he does well, but very interesting to see Shaq pick Phil Jackson style over Pat Riley style, basically saying that it's more of a comical or humorous style, and it would last longer than Pat Riley. So shout out to Shaquille O'Neal for that breakdown. Lakers land. Let's talk about Austin Reaves for a minute or two. Could Austin Reaves be the third best player on this team? And when we answering this question, I guess we got to look at it from two different lenses. Number one, does Austin Reaves have the bag? Does he have the skill set to be the third best player on this team right now? And number two, is that really what's going to be needed from Austin for the Lakers to be successful? I believe in Austin Reaves. I think he definitely is box office to a point. He's hit big shots. He's played some big games for the Lakers in these early years of his career, but he's a liability on defense. Defense wins championships. Offense wins games. I know the style of play of the NBA has changed, but nothing changes as far as how you win a title, especially when you're in a 7-game series. You have to have some type of defensive identity. And Austin Reaves and D'Angelo Russell, this combination that the Lakers continue to go with in the backcourt, to me is not going to work. Those guys can put the ball in the basket. D'Lo can get hot. Austin Reaves they both know how to create their own shots. But basketball is about offense and defense. And I'm not sold that the offense that these guys bring to the table collectively balances out, and you can kind of just take away from the fact that these guys are weak defensively in the backcourt. Blood cousin in the building say the Lakers aren't big enough. They need a real big like Drummond or Vukovic. Trade Reaves, so overrated. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Blood, because the signing of Christian Coloco just recently to the Lakers is not going to move the needle at all. This kid may not even play this season for the Lakers. People are so excited because he is a rim protector. He does have a 7'5" wingspan. Him and AD on paper. And I think it's just for the simple fact that the Lakers did nothing over the summer, over the offseason. I think people got so happy, excited that we signed a quote unquote big man. But Coloco, to me, is definitely, in my opinion, not the answer. I also felt like the Lakers got rid of the wrong two-way player in order to sign Christian Coloco and Blake Henson. So Blake Henson, he wound up going to division rival Golden State Warriors. They signed Blake Henson, so Blake will have an opportunity to stick it back to the Lakers, a little bit of revenge, up to 4 times a year if he remains on the Golden State Warriors team. So the Lakers, even though they made a move, it doesn't change the needle in my eyes. And like Blood said, there are a couple of guys that the Lakers should be kind of targeting going out there. He says Drummond, Vukovic. I would go even lower. Like there's guys, you really, to me, just need someone to play the position. As long as you can get Anthony Davis and LeBron James to play their true positions, the 3 and the 4, you really, in my opinion, can plug anybody at the 5 as long as they can do the job at a point. We don't need an all-star center. We don't need an all NBA center, nothing like that. We just need someone with a little bit of size someone that could do a little bit of rim protection, things of that nature. We are keeping our eyes on Jonas Valanciunas, who we lost over in the offseason, an opportunity to the Wizards. He's now being signed to the Wizards. I think that Washington is paying him $10 million, just under $10 million a year. The Lakers could trade Gabe Vincent straight up for Valanciunas. Those contracts do match. I just don't believe the Wizards would actually give up Valanciunas straight up for Gabe Vincent. I'm not sold on Gabe Vincent. Valanciunas could also come to the Lakers by way of the Lakers in a couple of months, aggregating those one-way contracts from who they got: Christian Wood, Cam Reddish, Jalen Hood, Shafino, Maxwell Lewis, a couple of those guys. If you put those contracts together, that also equals up to about $10 million. They could do that trade as well, bringing in Valanciunas. In that way, they wouldn't have to get rid of a D'Lo or Austin Reaves or Rui Hachimura if you're looking for the Lakers to bring on a big man. So there are a couple ways. I mean, you got Dwight Howard, who may not be in NBA shape, but Dwight Howard, I believe, is in basketball shape. And if the NBA was concerned about the sexual assault case that he had, Dwight Howard was in court. A lot of people felt like that case was a reason why teams wasn't picking him up. That's why he had to play overseas in Taiwan. But that case just got thrown out earlier this month or last month. So Dwight Howard legally is good to go. And it must be something personal between Dwight and the Lakers organization, bro, because, he's already played for the team 3 times already. And to me, he's needed. He's so needed right now, especially if you can lowball him and pay him close to nothing. And the Lakers don't seem to be wanting to target him nor DeMarcus Cousins for whatever reasons. I don't know if it's just an issue of them not being able to control him. LeBron and AD, I don't really see them kind of fighting to bring those guys in. We did see Anthony Davis ask for support, and the Lakers turned around and went and got Christian Koloko. So I don't know, but Austin Reaves, can he be the third best player on this Lakers team? I believe Austin Reaves already is the third best player on this team. The reason why I picked Austin Reaves over D'Lo, I think D'Lo is talented, more talented than Austin Reaves. Don't get it twisted. D'Angelo Russell, in my eyes, is more talented. He has more of a bag than Austin Reaves. But we've watched D'Angelo Russell come up short too many times when they count the most. And I don't know if that's the Denver Nuggets matchup versus Jamal Murray that D'Lo keeps struggling with in the playoffs, or if it's just the simple fact that D'Lo is not a postseason performer. We've seen Austin Reaves in the Western Conference Finals and in the playoffs play decent basketball. So, I feel like when the Lakers need somebody the most, I feel like Austin Reaves is a little bit more reliable than D'Angelo Russell. We watched the nightmare that D'Lo put us through in that first round versus the Denver Nuggets, especially game 3 where D'Angelo Russell, he went scoreless. So I think even though I like D'Lo more than Austin Reaves, I feel like right now Austin is probably the third best player on the Lakers, not so much because of skill set. I believe intangibles play a role in that debate. BA, my brother, get your balls up in the building. BA, if you are free, I'll drop the link. I should have put the link in the group chat earlier, but you already know. You can come up and pop out if you want to chop it up. BA says D'Lo is the third best, 100%. It's not even close. I think from a talent angle, I think you're right, BA. I just, like I said, when it comes to the playoffs, D'Lo shit the bed. And again, I don't know if that's because he's just, when it comes to March and April, D'Lo is just not going to be there for us, or if it's just that Denver Nuggets matchup that he struggled. Got the big homie Lakers life in the building. Say Austin Reaves come up short also. A lot of the shots we were calling clutch for him comes at the end of games when it's essentially over. I haven't really targeted empty stats from Austin Reaves. Lakers Life may have a point with that. Um, Coming up short though, Austin Reaves, I will admit he struggled last year in the regular season. He started off real slow. He played in the FIBA Cup last summer. He started off real slow. Darvin Ham, eventually had benched him. But I think at the end of the day, he's not afraid. Austin Reaves definitely he's not afraid of the moment. Those are the intangibles. That's important to me when we talking about a 7-game series in the playoffs. You gotta have, especially when you're not favored. And then he's an undrafted player. Austin Reaves is really not supposed to be here. Dude definitely has some guts. I like that. Guys like Rui Hachimura, Rui has talent. I feel like Rui needs a little bit more of a bag. He don't have a lot of to me, his footwork is horrible, in my opinion. And then we watch and Nikola Jokic. I mean, he's a 3-time MVP, NBA champion. I can't expect Rui to be able to do anything with Nikola Jokic. But Jokic used Rui. He made him look like a little boy the whole playoff. So that was really a bad look. We got my bro in the building. BA, what's the word, bro?
Salute, salute. I'm trying to get my settings right because I'm not at the pad. So
All the time, but you looking sharp, G. You looking sharp. Everything is everything.
appreciate
Man.
it.
No doubt. So you say
So I
D-Lo.
can hear you better.
You feel like D-Lo is the third best.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm on my phone right now, so it's like I'm not with my laptop, so it's like I can't be professional. But what's happening though, bro?
Man, you already know how we do here, Lakers land, man. Just getting that content out. You feel like D-Lo is the third best on the team?
Yeah, I feel like D'Lo is the third best. I feel like AR, he's shown me that he has the potential to be, but at the same time, um, he until he shows me that he can play a complete game consistently, I haven't seen that yet. He's like a player that plays in spurts because he always, for some reason, in most cases, he runs out of gas. And I've probably seen him play like, man, I want to say probably about 15 games in his whole career where I've seen him play a complete game. But
Right.
he's still young though, too.
Yeah, we always talk about here on this show. Availability is one of the greatest abilities to have in sports. No doubt, especially when you're competing for something. Next topic here on Lakerland. I think this was going to be interesting. I'm glad that you came in the nick of time too. Austin Reaves. He said that LeBron James doesn't play one-on-one basketball. It's not real basketball. He had a couple things to say about LeBron James, but he said that LeBron doesn't play one-on-one in practice and stuff like that. It's not real basketball according to them, so they don't lock into that. What's your thoughts? Because you are a former player. What's your reaction to Austin saying LeBron doesn't play one-on-one and that it's not real basketball? Do you call cap, or can you see that really being valid?
I can definitely see LeBron saying something like that because he's more of a team.
Yo, he's a hater, bro. I swear you just don't stop.
I mean, the only reason why I say this is because I don't know if you've seen the clip a few months ago when Carmelo was talking to his son. And his son was like, yeah, LeBron James. And then Carmelo was like, he don't play one-on-one. LeBron James don't play one-on-one. And so I can see that being based off of other little stuff that I've seen. I can definitely see that that he could possibly say that. But if LeBron said this, I'm hoping that he did not, though, because LeBron plays one-on-one when he has advantage. That's what one-on-one is for. It's for when you have a mismatch, you take advantage of your person. And I've seen LeBron on multiple cases see a big man in front of him, and he's like, yo, you're not fast enough or quick enough to guard me. So he blow by him. He goes to the rack. And I've seen him, if
6'9" point
somebody's
guard.
smaller, I've seen him go one-on-one and play bully ball and get to the basket. So
Ray
hopefully
James.
that's not the case. Hopefully.
Word. Um, does LeBron game, when you look at LeBron James' game, I know you talk about him being a pass first player, but does his game identify to you as a game that could be successful one-on-one? Like, I feel like even though he's not so pretty and flashy, if LeBron was to play one-on-one with a lot of players, he's still going to win. He's still going to put up buckets.
I mean, LeBron, what like this is something that I critiqued him. Like, this is the most, I think the worst part of his game is his footwork offensively. I don't think that, like, he has he's never worked, like, he has, as he's gotten older, his feet has gotten better. That's why he's able to post up now, fade away, step back. He wasn't able to really do that early on in his career due to his feet being so bad. And right now, even at this part of his career, his feet are not that good. He was athletically gifted and talented and whatnot, and he's one of the most cerebral basketball players that we've ever seen, and that's gotten him by. But I think that takes away from that's taken away from his one-on-one game. And if you want to be one-on-one, you have to, like, all the top one-on-one players that you see. If you look at a Kobe, if you look at an MJ, even if you look at like a Kyrie Irving or a Steph Curry or a Hakeem Olajuwon, if you want to go bigger, even Shaq,
Yeah.
they had amazing feet. Amazing feet.
Not so much dominant. Who would you put the rent money on as being the best one-on-one player in NBA history? Would it be Michael? Would it be Kobe?
It got to be MJ or it got to be Kobe. It got to be MJ or Kobe because, well, actually, I'm going to say Kobe. Kobe, the best one-on-one player that I've ever seen. I like MJ. MJ, I noticed with him, he ran to a lot of spots in his career, especially in that triangle. And Kobe, I've seen him without the triangle, like, put 80 something on somebody's head. And I've seen him go 1 versus 3, 1 versus 5, and put the ball in the hole. So I would say Kobe's the best one-on-one player that I've ever seen. With Jordan coming up as a close second.
So Lakers land, I got a question for everybody. Blood Cuz, Lakers Life. I got a question for y'all in the live chat as well as for BA, because here we go campaigning for the Black Mamba. RIP to Kobe. So BA, you're telling Lakers land and the American public that one-on-one in their prime, injuries aside, you think Kobe Bryant would beat LeBron James one-on-one?
He's smoking his boots. He's smoking his boots. It's not even close.
Really? Oh.
It's not even close.
We gotta have this conversation real briefly. Why is it such a long shot that Kobe Bean Bryant would beat LeBron one-on-one? What are you seeing out of their games?
So I see LeBron. I see if we're talking both in their primes, I see LeBron not being able to, like, trying to play bully ball versus Kobe, and I see Kobe, like, putting a blanket over him defensively, turn him into a jump shooter. Because the only way that he's going to even get to the basket or get by a prime Kobe, which is a all NBA, the defender for over half of his career.
There you go again.
I'm just saying. I don't see him getting to the basket like that. It's gonna be a lot of pull-up jump shots. And he's not he ain't really a good pull-up jump shooter until recently. Later on in his career when he slowed down, he's the best shooter. He shoots better now than he ever did in his career.
We're talking about LeBron?
Yeah, LeBron.
Yeah, it's weird because I feel like LeBron is not in his prime right now, but LeBron James has become a better shooter past his prime. You understand?
Yeah.
Like even in his prime, he was a subpar, mediocre shooter. His athleticism was just out of this world. But LeBron James, of course, the mental game has caught up with the physicality. That's what makes you great. That's what happened with Kobe and Michael. But, becoming a better shooter, I think that has happened after LeBron's prime. But one-on-one, when it comes to Kobe, you don't think LeBron could use his strength his athleticism over Kobe. Kobe definitely had footwork and all that, but and Kobe was an all defensive guy for years. But who did Kobe have to go against one on one? Kobe didn't have to defend no one to the likes of LeBron.
I mean, LeBron, that's what I'm saying, but LeBron is not. You're going to be able to. It's going to in order to go against a Kobe, because Kobe was strong. Kobe was a strong player. Later on in his career, he got stronger, and LeBron's lateral movement, to me, I
Not
think
quick enough.
is what would slow him down versus Kobe. His lateral movement, his left to right game, that his handle is tight enough to be productive and on a with a 5-on-5 situation, but a 1-on-1 situation, we've seen what he did. We've seen him handle the ball when that hawk pressure is on him.
Wow. So Kobe over LeBron one on one.
Facts, man. You know this. You know that. You
So you
know
make
this.
some great points, but then when I look at this game of basketball being an organized game of basketball, being a team game, we look at the record of LeBron versus Kobe. LeBron dominated Kobe head to head, but yet you still put Kobe Bryant above LeBron all time. So it really confuses me. If we're talking one
I
on
mean,
one, you got an argument, but when we talk about the team game,
we talk about team. We talk about team game. Like, you can look and say, what was it? You said, what was it? 16, and it was he's 16 and what, 6 versus Kobe, or
it's
16 and
16 to
8 or
6.
something,
Yep.
something,
16 to
something
6. Yep.
ridiculous. That's cool, but Akeem Olajuwon with them was like, Akeem was like freaking 10-4 or something versus MJ. Like,
Okay.
it be that way during regular season, and then it's all about if we talk about actually teams or whatnot. By the time LeBron got to the league, Kobe Bryant, Shaq was gone. Kobe had Smush Parker and all of them for multiple years until the Pau Gasol era, which we seen head to head. When you start talking about points and stuff, I mean, Kobe missed a few of those games as well. But salute to LeBron, because it's a team game. But 1-on-1, he barbecue chicken. Mwah, barbecue
I
chicken.
I think also the fact that these guys went in the league, played in different conferences. LeBron James, we talked about the 16 to 6 record, but you're only playing Kobe twice a year.
Yeah.
So in a sense, if you're on team LeBron, you will say that's impressive. But if those two guys were in the same conference, much less the same division, and had to play each other 3 to 4 times a season, LeBron versus Kobe, I definitely think I don't know. I mean, because if the distance still remain, then there's no way Kobe could be as great as LeBron. But I would anticipate if those guys played more, the winning percentage will go down a little bit less for it would probably even up a little bit more.
I mean, I look at a similar situation before LeBron had arrived to become who he has become. I mean, the same thing with Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant, right? We never really got a chance to see them really duke it out often, because they both were on different sides of the country or whatnot, in 2 different conferences. And I know you were around. You remember what they used to be like, the 2 top players in the NBA. Who is it?
T-Mac
Is it
and Kobe.
T-Mac or Kobe?
Lakers Life said T-Mac is better than LeBron. I don't know. I can't. No way.
Yeah, I mean, I think from I think he was. It's hard to say, because LeBron is a better player than T-Mac. LeBron is a better player overall, but offensively, I feel like T-Mac had a deeper bag offensively than LeBron did. I will say that.
Yeah, I think T-Mac makes it look better. T-Mac made it look prettier than LeBron. But at the end of the day, 2 points is 2 points. 3 points is 3 points. So you
Yeah.
don't get extra credit for finesse, things of that nature. But T-Mac was a bad boy. I'm not gonna sit up there and front on him.
And
What's your thought? What's your thought though, bro? Real quick on Austin Reeves saying that one-on-one is not real basketball. Do you like hearing that from a professional player that one-on-one is not real basketball, even though this is what we all have come up on all of our lives? This is what we come up on.
to me, I don't think he say that from his perspective, or was like, did he say that he said that, or did he say that LeBron said that to him?
He said that LeBron doesn't play one-on-one, and I'm assuming the reasoning behind that is because it's not real basketball. Now, that's a good question. I'm not so sure if he's saying that was LeBron's reason for not really locking in on one-on-one, or that's just Austin Reeves' personal opinion co-signing it.
Yeah.
Either way it go, what's your reaction to a pro saying that one-on-one isn't real basketball?
That's I feel like any player that felt like any player outside of LeBron James that says like, because LeBron James is an anomaly. Any other player that says that outside of LeBron, you out of your brain. You're out of your mind. You are tripping. You need to be drug tested.
Yeah, I think one-on-one is so important. It
Yeah.
doesn't define. Okay, let me say it like this. As a professional basketball player, I'm not going to front on you and say that somebody is a greater player than you in your sport because one-on-one they beat you. You know, Shaquille O'Neal could have, I mean, it's a lot of one-on-one disadvantages. You brought up mixed matches and all that type of stuff. So one-on-one doesn't identify, I believe, how great you are. But it's such a needed tool for you to be great. Who has ever been considered a great in basketball, in any sport, that can't handle one-on-one with their opposition? With the exception of a golf player, something like that. Every
Like
great, you know.
I can't think of anybody. Like, one-on-one is so crucial because, like, once again, I take it back to LBJ. What makes him one of the greatest players to me, opposed to his longevity and actually and actually being able to put the ball in the hole, is if once he goes one-on-one and he breaks his man down, he blows by his man, the defense collapse. He just went one-on-one, the defense collapsed. Now he has shooters, or somebody's going to be
Wide
open.
open.
Exactly, whether it's on the initial swing or whether it's on that second swing after that first swing, somebody's going to be open.
Yeah, man. Very interesting take from Austin Reeves. I was like, wow,
Horrible
man,
take on his behalf. On
one-on-one
Austin
not
behalf, if Austin
being
said
real.
that from his point of view, Austin know better.
He
Austin,
knows better.
he's a one-on-one. Really, he's a one-on-one type player.
Yep. He creates his own shot, him and D-Lo.
I agree.
You're right. Last topic here on the Lakers Land show. We're going to keep it with LBJ. He did this interview with Mike Golick, and they asked LeBron about would he consider being a broadcaster when he retires from the game. And he said that he would consider maybe making some cameo appearance, this is things of that nature. We've always credited, I know I've always credited LeBron James for his basketball IQ. Being a broadcaster, though, you see LeBron being successful in that if he was to chance it?
I do.
I
I
don't get
see
that
him.
vibe from him.
I don't. I I don't see him being super successful in it. I don't. I mean, but I'm sure that he could be. But I just can't see him. Like, this is LeBron James. Like, I'm not worried. I can't see LeBron even doing broadcasting like Dwayne Wade. No disrespect to Dwayne Wade, right? But I see Dwayne Wade doing it to keep his name up and all of that stuff. LeBron James don't got to keep his name up because his name is gonna stay up no matter what. Like,
Right,
he
right.
unless he has this hunger. Because I don't know, if have you been watching the football games, Tom Brady?
Yeah, I heard Tom Brady's struggling.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my, because he's done both I'm a Cowboys fan. So he's done both the first two games were Cowboys games. And he was struggling. And I'm saying, I know he's gonna get better at it, but No, like Tom Brady don't need to be out there doing that. You the greatest already, man. What you doing?
But I think, and when you on TV, because look at Tony Romo, I think you have to have a personality. You have to have an entertainment factor. Like LeBron, as smart as LeBron is, like I didn't even really lock in with his podcast with him and JJ Reddick because it's too educational. Like it's no messiness. It's not entertaining. LeBron does not give you the vibe. Like he doesn't seem fun. I know he probably may be, but listening to Braun be a broadcaster to me was be like paint drying on the wall. Yeah, you'll probably be educated on stuff, but who always wants to be around the smartest guy in the room? We want to laugh sometimes, we want to joke, we want to BS, and LeBron just does not give me that, that energy, that vibe. So I think he would be a horrible broadcaster, even though he knows his basketball. Just his delivery will be bogus as hell. I wouldn't want to see him at all.
It takes away from his mystique. You have an aura, right? This is why I like, if RIP to the Mamba, he my favorite player. RIP to the Mamba. If Kobe ever decided to step in that booth, I'd be looking at Kobe like, what are you doing? Because the game moves so fast that like not it makes a player with high IQ that's trying to break down the game seem like their IQ was lower. Like we look at LeBron's IQ as top notch, all time high level, but it's going to be a lot of times where, like just in interviews, LeBron says it's a lot of things that like LeBron say that you're like, what the hell are you talking about, LeBron? Like we don't want to hear no more. We don't want to hear that. We want to still look at you as the top. The
mystique, you will expose yourself being out there in that general public, like that. No, you're right, bro. You're absolutely right. All right, Laker Land, we are signing off for the day. Shout out to my brother BA for joining me as always. Shout out to Hank, wherever he may be with the family. We'll try to link up with Hank. So, BA, you out of town for a few days?
Yeah, shoot, I'm in town, but I'm here with my mom's came flew across the country to see me, so the lab for that. Shoot, she leaves Tuesday, so for the last like couple of days I've been with her all around or whatnot, and then I rented this nice ass Airbnb off for the water and all of that stuff. So we are just relaxing and kicking it, and I'm up early right now because we got to get to the Space Needle. Well, we got to have breakfast, and then we got to get to the Space Needle before it gets chaotic and all that stuff. And people are everywhere, and we got to wait in a long line. So, yeah, I'm moving and grooving, man. And I got 2 more days of this. I love my mama, but we only got a couple more days.
Shout out to Mom Duke. Shout out to BA being the #1 son, moving and grooving and coming on to the Lakers Land platform to do the damn job. Shout out to my bro. Big up to everyone in the live chat. Chris Whitfield, my dog, Lakers Life. Salute to you as well as the homie Blood Cuz for joining us this morning on this brief live stream. Y'all stay safe. Do us a huge favor. Smash that like button for us. Let's get this stream out to the NBA community. If you're new to the Lakers Land platform, make sure you subscribe. We're going to be doing some open panels, a lot more open panel shows, especially in preparation for the regular season. Definitely excited with that. Me and BA, we're going to be figuring some things out so we can bring a whole bunch of people up here so we can talk our shit live and direct here on Lakers Land. So y'all stay safe. We are signing off. Subscribe to the channel. Become a member as well if you like to support. We catch you guys on the next stream. Peace.